One of the biggest benefits of lab-grown meat lies in the improvement of the healthiness of the product. Because when you have factory farms, those often put a lot of antibiotics in the cows or pigs or chickens to make them resistant against the not so great conditions they are living in. And also, if you put a whole lot of antibiotics in a chicken or stuff, it grows faster, and you can make more money more quickly. So stonks, I guess. But what's not so stonks about this are the health consequences for the people that are then eating the antibiotics stuffed chicken. The second thing, there is no need to use some growth hormones for the animals, because that also happens quite a bit in the factory farms, that the farmers stuff the animals with growth hormones just so they can grow quicker and make more money for the cheap, I guess, that are growing these animals. But if you grow something in a lab, this type of, it's called cell agriculture, you have almost 100% control of what you are growing. So what is possible is to, for example, control the cholesterol and fat content of the actual meat. So cell cultured meat can be even more healthy than the meat from real animals or from slaughtered animals, because we can actually control the factors of meat that can eventually lead to some diseases. As I said, we can control the cholesterol amount in the meat, we can even swap the saturated fat, which is not that good for, I guess, anybody, for example, omega-3 fatty acids that are the reason why, for example, fish are healthy. We eat fish because, of course, because of the nutrient values, but fish contain omega-3 fatty acids, which are essentially really healthy. And when we grow meat in a facility, we can swap the bad fat, the saturated stuff, for these omega-3 fatty acids. It wouldn't be as natural, like you wouldn't find that in a real cow, but this is one way we could make the cultivated meat even more healthy than the actual stuff. And of course, if you were to eat a cultivated tartar steak, then you don't have to worry about some parasites, because there aren't any. If the whole production and stuff is done right, then this is the most healthy and clean meat you can get your hands on, because the production conditions will be exceptional. The second surprise is how much meat you can actually grow with one cell. The meat cultivation works as follows. You take, for example, a biopsy. Actually, when making chicken meat, you don't even need the muscle cells from the chicken. You can just take feather of the chicken, or wait till it falls on its own, then take the feather and isolate a stem cell out of it, and basically you can grow. This is the surprising fact. Out of this one stem cell, or a few stem cells, if done right, you can grow basically unlimited amounts of meat, essentially, or chicken material. So it's far more efficient in terms of how many animals you actually need for an amount of chicken breasts or beef patties. People are already growing salmon fillets. Some company is cultivating ducks. There is a company in Australia that tries to grow exotic foods, like for example zebra steak or kangaroo stuff. So you can get really creative with the food you cultivate this way, and you don't need to kill one single animal. So that's bonkers. I read some statistics or something that if you take one biopsy from a cow, then you can grow, for example, 170 million quarter pounder patties. And if you were to do that the traditional way of farming cows, you would need 440,000 slaughtered cows to grow the same amount of meat. So essentially, if you have one cow that could live its life happily till the end, and take one biopsy from it and cultivate the cells in a bioreactor, then you can save the lives of millions or even billions of animals. That's the crazy part. I've read that there are 70 billion animals slaughtered every year so that we can have meat on our tables. I don't know if it's true, I didn't count them, but like if I think about the amount of actual meat that is in the stores, then yeah, maybe it could be true. I myself am not a vegan or a vegetarian, and I am not. Well, I thought about becoming one, but I don't wanna do it. So, from my standpoint, the cultured meat thing is a good way to go. You can actually cultivate many things this way. For example, leather, eggs, and milk, and I don't know what else. But you can really get creative with this technology. And the third, maybe most surprising fact, this cell-based farming shouldn't replace the traditional animal farming. Think about grasslands. They've been on the planet since millennia. They like grasslands were here longer than even humans than we. And if you think about how an ecosystem works, then you need essentially like the habitat, and then you need plants, then you need some bacteria, and then you need the actual like fauna, so the big guys like cows or buffaloes or something. And from my opinion, there is a big distinction between farming cows or pigs or chicken the traditional way on a pasture, and between factory farms where the animals are stuffed up on each other and rainforests are getting burned down because of it and stuff. So from my point of view, we should remain farming the animals in their natural habitat, but end the factory farming and deforestation, and instead farm the rest of the meat needed with this cell-based agriculture. We could then reforest again the burned down forests so that there wouldn't be any biodiversity loss anymore, and I guess everyone would be happy. For example, if you went into a grocery store, then you would find there pasture grown meat, chicken, pigs and beef, and then you would find there cell cultured meat, again these same things, maybe the zebra steaks or the kangaroo patties. You could choose what you wanna eat or what you wanna feed your family, but you would know that whatever you chose, it wasn't harming the planet or the environment, and that no animal was harmed or exploited in the process of obtaining the meat. Let me know what you think about it, if you would change something or cancel the traditional way of farming or cancel the cell-based agriculture. But I think that the best way to do it is to combine these two.